What's up, guys? Willie's Comics back, another video. Today I got a collection that I just bought yesterday, so I'm going to show that. And then, not everything, just the keys and whatnot. And then I went to a comic book swap, or a comic and toy swap meet. It's more of a toy swap meet, but it was technically for both. So I'm going to talk about that and show y'all a couple things I picked up from there. From the collection that I got yesterday, it was a lot of books. I want to say like over 800. I paid about 50 cents a book, I guess. And I think I got some decent stuff. A lot of Punisher. I'm talking about probably like 300 Punisher books from, we got annual number 2. That's a little key right there. From volume 2, War Journal and Warzone, just tons of Punisher stuff. We got ASM 375 newsstand right there. X-Men number 5, second appearance and first cover of Mega Red newsstand. We got Simpsons Comics number 1 newsstand, decent book. And then these are just like this one's a low print. This super cool cover of Punisher 101. This is it's a pretty low print run, and it is a sick cover of the Punisher. And then I also got Punisher number 10. Daredevil appearance newsstand. So I thought it was too good to pass up, and there was a few books that I really wanted. That's why I kind of sent it, and I'll also talk more about it in a second. I got Punisher War Journal number 1, decent book right there. And then these are some of the obviously more recognizable books. We got Punisher War Journal number 6, first meeting of Punisher and Wolverine, sick cover newsstand. It's in good shape. Got it in Mylar. We got Punisher War Journal number 75. This really, I guess, iconic or just sought after cover. I think this book goes for like 30 to 40 bucks just because of the cover. The bag and board for it was disgusting, and I was worried about the book, but the book ended up being fine. There was a few that I guess water got in the bag and board, so I had to throw it out. And I got to go through the collection a little bit more in depth today to figure out what I can use and what I can't. But I still think there's a lot of it that I can use. Punisher, this is a cool book. It's kind of sought after just because of the cover mostly, but I think listings are really high. Solds are like around 30 bucks, but this is Punisher and Man Named Frank. I think mainly just because of the cover. Cowboy Punisher. That's really cool. First time I found this in the wild, surprisingly. This is Spawn number 1, first appearance of Spawn. Kind of. I guess you could say that. Spawn number 1. And then I have 3 more. These are the best 3 books I feel. Punisher Kills the Marvel Universe, first printing. Not one that you come across every day, I think. It's like a $40 book, so I thought that was pretty neat. This one I really like. This is Punisher 102 from volume 2. Just a really sought after cover of Bullseye. Very cool. It's like, again, it's like a $30, $40 book right there. And then last but not least, this is one that I'm actually going to be keeping for the personal collection. When I saw this, I really wanted to buy the whole thing. This is Dark Horse Comics Insider. I think it's issue 46. This is the preview of Thrawn and Heir to the Empire. Yeah, it's not like, Superman, but, to find this for like technically less than $1 is really cool. So yeah, it was a collection, a lot of Punisher, a decent amount of Spider-Man, some other miscellaneous stuff. I'm going to go through it and figure out what I can keep and what I don't want to keep. I also was a little disappointed in it. I was happy with the collection, but the guy after the fact, I told him, like, look, if you ever find any more, because he's not a comic book guy, to let me know. Well, he showed me a stack of books that he wanted to do a little bit more research on. And one of those being Punisher number 1 from volume 2 and ASM 361 First Carnage. So that was a little disappointing that he didn't just like sell it with everything else, but I still think I got a good deal. I actually got a guy from the comic book swap meet today that was really looking for just Punisher stuff, and I was like, I actually just bought a collection yesterday, and he said I gave him my number. I think I took his number as well. And I told him I'd go through and figure out what issues, what run I have because he needs certain issues. So I figured I'd work a deal with him. But went to a comic book swap or a toy and comic swap meet. It was more of a toy swap meet. A lot of G.I. Joe collectors, and it wasn't not a lot of people from the public. It was mainly just a lot of like inside, buying and selling, I guess, because a lot of big G.I. Joe guys. The guy who ran it originally made it just a sole G.I. Joe collector thing, and then he started opening it up and branching it out. And there wasn't a lot of comic books. It was me and one other guy that actually had like short boxes of comics. I sold a little bit of comics, a little over $100 worth of comic books, and then I sold some toys, so like some vintage stuff, like the vintage Droid Factory. I sold that. I sold, and then I honestly, like, a lot of the bulk toys. I really enjoy and want to sell the quality toys, like this is probably everybody, but the Marvel Legends, the DC Universe, the Star Wars figures, just more decent stuff. So a lot of the bulk stuff that I brought, thinking maybe guys would just want, didn't really get picked through, but I kind of assumed that would happen because again, a lot of them are resellers themselves. So I went up to a guy, I'm like, look, I don't have anything into these toys. Like, I don't even want them. Like, I'm more of a comic book guy, so I'd rather not take these back home with me. So I just gave him like a decent bit of toys for like $150, and I was happy with that. I didn't want to storm or look at them anymore. I didn't have much into them really at all, so that was fine with me. But I was kind of like a test run. I also wanted to get in with, took a few guys' numbers down. One guy wants to buy something else from me, but he wanted to wait, so I think he's coming to where I'm at in like a week or so. So he said he'd hit me up. We'll see how that goes. But I'll show y'all what I got today. These are the only three things I bought from the other comic guy. Nothing too crazy. I got Kang #1, second print. Again, it was a Kang #1 for $1. I didn't know anything about it. This doesn't go for much, but I figured for $1 it was a safe gamble, This was cool. I might keep this for the personal collection because I might start doing this. This is Howard the Duck 23. This is a Star Wars homage cover, obviously. On the bottom it says Star Wars, but he looks like Luke Skywalker and Leia right there. So little Star Wars homage cover there. And then this was the probably only buy that I might be flipping or reselling. This is Amazing Spider-Man 307, The Origin of Chameleon. This is a hot book right now because I think he's gonna be coming to the MCU. So yeah, I thought that was a decent buy right there. And then on my way out, I actually met with another guy that had some comic books. He had about 21 books, I believe it was. And I ended up paying him $75 for all of them. All vintage. It was some decent stuff, some horror, nothing too crazy. But they had a few decent books that caught my eye, especially one of them. So I'll go over those real quick. I got Giant Size Werewolf #4. Little beat up, but again, just a really hot book because of all the, what's it called? The horror guys like Morbius, Moon Knight, Werewolf by Night, all that stuff is really hot right now. Again, little beat up, but again, I still figured it's a $10 book all day, maybe even more. Then I had Giant Size Dracula #2. I mean, these three are all keys. Again, not super minty, better than that one, but it is also a bondage cover, and again, I figured it's a $20 book right there. Large square bound book. And then I think the book that I thought was really cool, I think I paid $3.50 a piece for everything, was Batman 258. I think this is the first mention of Arkham Asylum or Arkham Hospital or that hospital or asylum. I don't know if this is when it becomes Arkham Asylum or it later becomes Arkham Asylum, but it's Arkham Hospital. But this is Batman 258. And it's in okay shape. Nothing too fancy, but it's a really hot book. I know for near mint copies are selling for $100 right now. So I figured that was a pretty cool book to get. Yeah, yeah, I might have to get some Golden Age bags and boards because these do not fit in the Silver Age bags and boards I have. But yeah, that was a decent little buy. I'm excited for the show in, I guess it's June. I'm going to be preparing for that. I'm hoping to bring a bunch of keys and sell some stuff, some more stuff, because I think it'll be more for like actual people buying. I was happy. I mean, I was only there for like 3.5 hours, and I made $300, a little bit more than that. So that was cool. I had some guys eyeing up some of the stuff, but again, they were all, for the most part, resellers. So they're not looking to get it for their own collection. They were trying to see if they could get a sweet deal on it, which is understandable. But again, that's probably why you're not gonna make a killing at that. But again, it was free to set up. I literally just drove there, put up a table, sold some stuff, put some cash in my pocket, and left. So it was fun. I had a good day too. But yeah, so thanks for watching, and until next time.